I know the term best is used by a lot of people, including us, to describe our stuff. But if this is not the best burger we've ever made, I'll eat something, I don't know what, but it won't be a hat. Inspired by a burger that Gordon Ramsay serves in one or some of his restaurants. We're gonna make a great burger. We're grinding our own beef for it. We're gonna make an onion aioli for it. We're gonna make some gorgeously caramelized shiitake mushrooms for it. We're also gonna cook one of the 45-day aged ribeyes that we did, and then slice it thin, and that will go on top. And there will be white cheddar along the way. I don't know how this can be a lose situation. Has to be one of the best things we've ever made. It has to be. All the components by themselves are gonna be good, but together, that's where the magic will happen. But I have to start by caramelizing some onions and some mushrooms, so we go right here. Onions, mushrooms. The onions get butter, the mushrooms get olive oil, and now there's really nothing to do until that melts and this starts to sizzle. We'll cut the camera, we'll come back in 2 minutes, and you'll see when some action starts here, all right? We've got a little action here with some heating. I mean, look, this takes a little bit of time, especially the onions, because you want them caramelized, and caramelizing doesn't happen in 2 seconds. It takes a bit. The more color, the more flavor, and that's honestly where we want them. But so these are fine, and you don't really need to pay attention right now. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do to them as we go along the way, but right now, let's grind some beef. Remember we dry aged some steaks a while back? This was one of the ribeyes we did for 28 days. This is what I'm using for my ground beef today. It's gonna be fantastic. I tell you, when you get ground beef from the store, get the one that's 20% fat. So as I look at this fat here and around here, I think it's probably close to that. I've just cut it because this whole big thing can't go in the grinder. So let's grind it, make a couple patties. Contact. Beautiful. Great. Great. Fantastic. All right, let's get these guys happening. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is grinding your own meat. So I want 2 patties, and I think I can roughly approximate them. I have a scale, but Maxie bored it. I think he's going into the cocaine business. We don't know. Now look, these are wide ribbons. One of the things that helps make a burger better, juicier, is when it's not so compacted, because then the juices are free to run through it. It's like that movie, River Runs Through It, that nobody knows because you're all too damn young.
River Runs Through It.
A couple of you will understand that. We know that movie was a movie.
Just watched that the other day.
Stupid.
That river was really stressful.
You're dumb. But these striations are really what we're all about here. So we're not gonna pack them too tight. These we're gonna do on the flat top when the time comes, and this will be the last thing that gets cooked. So these are gonna make 2 freaking gorgeous burgers. But don't forget what else is happening, and that's this. This kid. We also dry aged another ribeye for 45 days, and this is the result of that. This one we're gonna cook on the grill behind me now, and all it's gonna get is a little oil. That's useless. Both sides, and salt and pepper. So why don't we go meat over there, we'll get happening. Okay, before the steak, that's what the onions look like, and you can see they're getting great color. I want them a little bit darker, so we'll just leave them. Let them do their thing, stir them a bit. The mushrooms look like this. They're nice, they need a couple things. One is a tiny splash of oil, and then some garlic, maybe a little bit more. You know, let it get fragrant. Fantastico. And then, for a little boost of umami and deliciousness, a baby splash of soy. And we'll just let these mushrooms soak up that soy, soften a bit. I'm gonna take them off the heat now, and we'll come back to them and rewarm them when we need them for the burger. But damn, they're gonna be something else. Here's our little guy, and on we go. So I will employ the turn it a ton technique. And as I always say, what you end up with is perfectly cooked all the way through, no gray spots, nothing overdone. Just give it attention. And then I'll temp it with an instant read thermometer because I can't do this, I'm not that guy. And after about a minute on that side, we'll go to this side. And don't look at this and go, oh, it's undercooked. We got a lot to go. Like it's probably right now around 70 degrees, so you know, we gotta get it going. So been a minute, and we do this. Just trust me on this. The proof will be when I cut this thing open. And then when it gets to that 128 to 130 mark, off she comes, we'll let it rest. Because we have other stuff to do. Okay, so actually I'm yanking it a little bit early. It's about 127, but there's gonna be a few degrees of a carryover. It'll get a little warmer. I want it now. Let's establish something right this second. Bone broth is just straight good for you. It's a good source of collagen. It's a great source of protein. And there's a whole bunch of the vitamins and things in there that are very beneficial. Starting your day with a little bone broth is a fabulous way to begin. Turns out Kettle and Fire are the #1 bone broth in the United States. Let me tell you why. Because it's just straight freaking delicious. It's fantastic because they slow simmer chicken bones and beef bones for 20 plus hours. Look, there's a lot of work. And they give it to you in a perfect little package like this. Put some in a little pot, start simmering it over the stove. Then you've got your glass of it. Honestly, there's something calming about having this. No cholesterol, carbohydrates, 0, 10 grams of protein. Okay, so let me recap. It's delicious. It's good for you. It's healthy for you. It's nutritious for you. There's no artificial flavors or colors. There's no extra sodium. If it's a paleo diet, a keto diet, a gluten-free diet, go to kettleandfire.com/Sam and use my code SAMCooking to get 20% off your order. Get this into your life. I think you'll be really happy you did. Look at them. Look at that gorgeousness. The flavor that has been added by only cooking them in the pan. They will now become a thing of deliciousness. Gonna put a little mayo in here, and then these guys. Might need to add a little more mayo. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. But that's cooking, right? Yeah, experimenting. A little of this, a little of that, a little more of this, a little less of that. 2 things. A little pinch of salt and pepper, always. And I want to give it a few drips of lemon juice in a spoon, and then this happens. Oh, I think that's going to be pretty damn good if you ask me, but I'll try a little bit. My throat just... Game changer. 1,000% game changer. Yes, garlic aioli, great. Caramelized onion aioli, insane. Insane. Now we cook the patties, we slice the ribeye, we build, we eat, we go home happy. All right, little oil, we spread it around, and then we come in with our guys. Salt and pepper only. I want these to taste like, well, a steak. And considering they were a full ribeye about a half an hour ago, pretty certain that's all it's gonna taste like. And while I'm here, I'll season the tops. If you can smell it, it smells like a steak cooking. No different than what we just did on the grill. We're gonna go a couple minutes, flip, couple minutes off. All right, let's give it. I just burnt myself. That grease patch, that's gonna be a burn. Oh, and this kid, now's the time we can add some cheese. All right, beautiful piece of medium sharp white cheddar to finish these guys off. Over here on this other side, I can throw the buns on like this. And now those are finishing. Boys, I think we can set up over here, slice the steak, build the burger, and get into some bites. All right, let's have a look at our steak while the patties are finishing and see how we did. In all this ridiculous boasting of mine, this thing better be good. It's certainly gorgeous enough. Yeah, it's perfect. You see, this is, every time I repeat myself so much, but this turning system for me really works. All right, a few more pieces. We'll push this off to the side. And this is gonna crown our burger. Here we go. And these guys are looking about as fine as you could ever want them to look. Now we build. Buns first, and they each get some of this tremendous aioli. Wow. All right, patties. Jeez Louise. And this, Madonna me. All right, let me just do this. We'll just focus on this kid here. And these mushrooms. Garlic, a little bit of soy, perfection. Just straight perfection. And now, sandwiching between the mushrooms and the burger and the patty is this craziness. This double beef, straight gorgeousness. And then, that, a lid. Oh my God, look at it. Well, now is the moment of, what is the moment of? Now is the moment of truth. Thank you, thank you. Look at the layers in here. Damn, it's beautiful. Damn. All right, I'm not cutting. Just taking one damn bite because I can. But before I do, can you just look at that? Can you just look at that? Can you just look at that? That's madness. I think it's madness. The juices, oh my God. Best burger we've made. I'm not kidding. It is the best burger we've made. That onion, that caramelized onion aioli is in and out like, but the steakness of the patty and then the sliced on top. Well, you knew that was going to happen. Might even shed a tear. So whether you make this or part of it, I do think you need to grind your own ribeye and turn it into a big, fat, juicy effing burger. Away with you now. Go think about the food you have to make right now. Thank you, Kettle and Fire, for sponsoring this video.